Hello, I'm the Resolute Cartographer, and this is the 77th video of my Fallout 76 Surveyal series. Here we are just outside of Hawke's Refuge in the Mire, taking a look at the map, right here near the Sunday Brothers cabin and Harper's Ferry. Now we have actually been here on two previous occasions, one for a lore video and then also for the Killing the Blood Eagle leader quest with Beckett. Well, actually, he wasn't here, but we were. Now, out here, there is an old truck with a motorcycle on the back, or a dirt bike, I should say, a jeep, another dirt bike, and along with that, this time there are a lot of bugs, ants, vampiric blood bugs, and some, what are they called? Bloat flies. But I've also come up here and found dogs before, so that's generally the kind of stuff you should expect. Now, let's head on inside. So as I said before, we've been here twice before, but we've never really done a full inspection of the place. And I've heard that this place could change with patch 22, so let's take a look at it now. Now as we first come in, Can Chime. We had to get 9 tin cans. That's lead and steel. Very nice. Now we can drop down here into this little cooking area. Now you can see that a recipe spawns here on this crate right here. In here in this wooden crate, we got some, well, it's an explosives crate, I think. I got some plasma grenades, and I just got over encumbered, but that shouldn't be an issue. This place is pretty small, so I doubt we're actually going to overcome the amount of stamina that we already have. So, there were feral ghouls in here, about a half dozen of them. There's also a mole rat, but I'll show you exactly where that guy comes out. But yeah, there were a couple of feral ghouls in here. There's another one right there. Heading up these stairs. There is another couple of sets of Can Chimes. So 27 cans. 28 right there. 29. Now you can have a Bobblehead spawn over here in this box. Not currently here in this version of the world. But we got some dead settlers. Now the strange thing is, this settler here appears to have been like recently dead, like almost today kind of dead. Whereas there's also the settlers that were here that survived the Harper's Ferry attack and fled to this cave. Aluminum can there. Let's head back over this direction. And we got this little tower sort of a thing. More aluminum and tin cans. We got another dead feral ghoul here. Let's head down these stairs. And in here we're in a little sitting area with some instruments. Taking a look around here, we got a stim pack and a TV dinner tray. So again, another settler that looks like she's just died today, or maybe very recently. Anyway, let's head back up this direction. Now right here on this little table here, you can potentially have a mod spawn, and you can also potentially have a fusion core spawn, neither of which spawned in this case. Right over here we have this brewing station. Let's head down here. Next to this settler, but in this bush, there's potentially the case that a magazine could spawn, but that did not seem to be the case in this playthrough. So again, everything with this stuff is potentially spawning. So let's head up here. Now again, you could potentially have a fusion core spawn here, not in this case, but we did get the power armor, and my guess is it's almost like an additive sort of thing in terms of how they determine what's going to spawn in a place, and it's probably like you get 6 points of things that can spawn, and my guess is power armor, it makes up 5 or something like that, and you can't have other things spawn. This is just completely conjecture on my part, but at the same time, I mean, we've got this here and none... Ooh, that's an odd little visual glitch. But at the same time, we have this power armor set here, and other than that recipe, nothing else in terms of the rare spawns that are supposed to take place here. Now, in this back room, you can either have feral ghouls and a Wendigo, or in this case, I had a bloated glowing one. That was the boss of this location. I killed that thing. Coming back over here, there's potentially a bobblehead that can spawn behind this bottle rack. Not in this case. There's this note here. This is Brianna Hawke's diary. We can take a look at this real quick. Brianna Hawke's diary. After the destruction of Harper's Ferry, the Free Staters and the survivors who occupied the town scattered. 2 groups of refugees found themselves headed west. Free State brothers Juan Diego and Jesus Sunday, and me and Mike. The Sundays were rich preppers. They had a small but well-appointed bunker beneath their vacation cabin in the woods they hadn't told anybody about. The Hawks were just ordinary civilians with nowhere else to go. Once we were friends. I dated Juan Diego before the war, but now, with survival on the line, the brothers turned us away. Our group found a cave set in the nearby hillside. It wasn't much, but we did what we could to patch it up, add some wood for the floors, scavenge furniture from the ruined houses nearby. It wasn't exactly Free Staters' level of quality, but it was enough to get by. Over the following months, tensions grew. The Sundays were living relatively well on their supplies and farming a small plot of land near their house. while our desperate band was reduced to foraging in the swamps and eating anything that we could scrounge up. We resented the Sunday's snobbish attitude, and they looked down on us like wild animals. When negotiations over food failed, we started raiding the Sunday's field. The Sundays responded by building a wall. They set out lethal traps. We lost good people. Then, during one late-night raid, someone knocked over a lantern, and the entire field went up in flames. Nearly everybody died in the ensuing fight. The remnants of our band tried to salvage what we could from the fire. We also tried to break into the Sunday's bunker to no avail. Out of food and options, I fear we'll starve to death. Couple of minor issues with this thing that don't seem to actually be borne out in reality, and that she talks about the field going up in flames, but the field's fully intact over at the nearby bunker. Anyway, though, so let's take another look around here. There's another dead settler. Again, another settler that looks like they've been dead for maybe a day or two. Now, my guess is that these settlers are potentially the victims of the Blood Eagles, who brought these people in here to do drugs before they joined up. I've got some loot on her. Another ammo crate right here. And here's the steamer trunk for the location. There's also a mini nuke that we have right here. Okay, and some cement bags. I'm really getting even more and more overloaded. And some daddy-o. And a stim pack and some boiled water. Nice loot in here, I gotta say. Okay, let me think if there's anything else that we need to talk about. I guess the one thing that comes to mind is that I have the strategy guide for the game, and I also looked at the wiki just to make sure I didn't miss any of the potential loot items you could find here. And while the wiki lists a single potential magazine, the strategy guide lists 2. Now, I didn't find either magazine here, so I don't know which one's right, but here's another thing of Can Chimes, another 9. But I think that will pretty much do it for... Well, no, actually there's still more to this place, a little bit more. Sorry about that. Let's head down here, head down these, this little slope and across this bridge. And this is where the little mole rat came bursting out and attacked. Just a little interjection here, I just looked further and it appears that this little corner back here where the mole rat pops out is another potential spot that a magazine can spawn, but unfortunately it did not spawn this time either. If we head back up this way, more Can Chimes, and we get back to this little cooking area. And now that should do it. This is, again, Hawke's Refuge. Now, it's potentially going to change because, well, in its current state, it doesn't really make sense with the existing story. Because, again, the Blood Eagles are supposed to have taken this place over to use it as a place to, again, drug up potential initiates and bring them into the cause. But with all the feral ghouls still spawning here, as they have spawned since the game launched, it didn't really match the way that we're supposed to be here. Now, again, this is only something that I've read, so I don't know whether or not this is actually the case. I didn't play through the PTR this time because I didn't want to not be able to talk about it. So we'll just have to see what happens. But this has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.